My name is Henry Garrett, and I built the J1QL Visual Query Builder to help you be able to understand our query language and use a no-code solution to write your own J1QL queries. So the first step to using this J1QL Visual Query Builder is finding the icon in your landing app for the Visual Query Builder. As soon as you select that, that will open up the entire Visual Query Builder for you. And the first thing that you will notice is that you are presented with three separate sections here. The first section on the left is your entities. The middle section is your workspace, where you are able to drag entities onto the workspace and wire them up together via arrows, which simulate relationships. And then lastly, on the right, we have our contextual drawer, which shows you general data, filter data, and then return data, also with a real-time query preview based on what's going on inside this workspace. So what I'm going to do for you today is wire up a query for showing which S3 buckets host static content for a CloudFront distribution CDN. So the first thing I'm going to do is switch over to my types and search for AWS CloudFront distribution. And I will drag that entity onto the workspace. And just like that, you can see that the query preview has already been updated. Next, when I select this AWS CloudFront distribution, I can see over here on this right contextual drawer, all of the classes and types inside of this entity group. I can create filters for this specific entity group, and I can select returns for the overall query. And if I so choose, select specific properties for this entity group. So next, what I'm going to do is find our AWS S3 buckets entity type, drag that onto the screen so that I can create the relationship between these two. So I can click and drag to create a relationship from this AWS CloudFront distribution to an AWS S3 bucket. After I do that, I can select this arrow to see the specific relationship verbs based on these two source and target entities, or I can alternatively select relates to, which takes into account all specific relationship verbs. It is not recommended to use relates to if possible for performance reasons. So we always default to checking these specific relationship verbs for you. So last thing that you can do is set up a return type. So if I want to see the entire graph of this query, I can select return tree. And then just like that, I am able to click this run query button and get the entire graph data for this query.
So yeah, now that is so cool.
Yes, it is, isn't it? So then now we can see, based on these results, which of our AWS CloudFront distributions connect to an AWS S3 bucket. And then we can explore this graph to be able to find all of the different entities and relationships based on that visual query that we created.
You know, Henry, I think that one of the values of this interface like this too is the ability to play around and quickly test different queries and have them built for you right away. That's so cool.
Totally agree. Thank you so much. Yes, of course. We tried to make it as a tool to teach the entire community how to use J1QL in a user-friendly and intuitive way. Since it isn't always easy to just remember query keywords, but it is easy to drag something onto a screen. Thank you for watching. You just saw the first version of our J1QL Visual Query Builder. I hope that you were able to see the tremendous value that this can give you and your companies to learn J1QL, find queries that can give you value right away so that you can learn the query language and ultimately make your company more safe. Thank you. This is Henry. I'll talk to you again soon.